there's a few things that I really wanted to share there. Some of them are baffling and still don't really understand the full meaning. Others are just beautiful, and so I just wanted you to hear them because I think they're encouraging. So the thing that is mysterious is that last night my daughter came down the stairs. It was about 7 o'clock at night, and she looked quite shaken, and she was visibly shaking. She told us, well, asked us, "Did you hear that?" And while I vaguely recall hearing a bit of a rumble, my husband and I had been watching a cooking show, and so we were not overly, impacted by whatever this noise was. And then she proceeded to describe this. She said, "It was a wave of noise that crashed into the house, and I thought the house shook. I guess it didn't." She said it was like the loudest part of thunder without the lead up, just the loud crashing part. Or she said it sounded like a huge growl or roar. And my son-in-law lives in the apartment next door, and so I sent him a note because he's a seer and he often sees and hears things that the rest of us don't. And I asked him, "Did you hear it?" And he said, "I heard it." And he said it sounded like a very focused funnel of noise that was aimed at our house in particular. So he heard it like it was passing him by, but was aimed at our house. And so we're not sure if it was directed specifically at my daughter. We're not sure the nature of it. She said it didn't feel like the enemy. I can't help but see a giant lion in my mind roaring and thinking of Hosea. I think it's Hosea 11 or 10, and it says, "He will roar and his children will come trembling from the west." I've posted words based on that verse, even here on this channel. I found it encouraging, actually. I wish I'd heard it. I imagine one of these days we will, but I love that my daughter heard it. Anyway, let me know if you have heard something similar to that. I wanted to share also that he has given me 2 really beautiful visions at night that were very intimate, and I won't share all the details of it. I think a lot of it was just for me, but one of the things that he showed me was me being taken by the hand by him, by Jesus, and him pouring into me such a vast ocean of presence and power, unlike anything I've ever felt. The vastness of it just overwhelmed me, and I woke up to the word power kind of like thrumming inside me. And he gave me the verse in Luke 29, I believe, that is about Pentecost and about being endowed with power from on high. So that got me excited. And then last night, he gave me a vision of me being tethered to him by a thick scarlet cord. And the Bible speaks of a few of those things. There's the fabric that Rahab let down in her faith, saying, "I believe in this God of yours, and I want to be spared," and she was spared. And then there was the leather, or not the leather, the red string that was tied around one of the twins' feet, I think, or fists, to figure out who was the firstborn to come out. And just the color scarlet obviously is tied to Jesus and his blood. And but it gave me a link to John the Baptist, because it was very thick and it looked more like a belt. And it reminded me of how he was described as wearing like a belt tied around his waist, a leather strap or something. And it felt like it was tied to being a forerunner prophet or something to that effect. The other beautiful thing about it is that Jesus was holding one end in his hand, and I was holding the other, so it was free will. It wasn't like I was tied to him by force. There was I want to hang on to this, and it was kind of like a dance. And then the most beautiful thing of all is he showed it being like very gently and carefully folded up. We were no longer holding it, and it was just being folded on the ground. And the sense was, you don't need it anymore. You don't need the tethering, because we're going to be so united and so fused together. So anyway, these are just some beautiful things he's been showing me, and I just wanted to share them. And As always, please feel free to let me know if you've heard anything similar.